Hey. Hello, 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 flight fans. Welcome back. So this is the famous digital combat simulator, which is something I deal with quite often, and I've done some quite interesting changes to the mission at hand. Apparently, my track IR is not working, so I apologize. I will have to restart DCS. So please bear with me. This is not acceptable. Let us just restart ECS and we'll be right back with you. I'm still live. Apologize for the black image. Let's just put this up and we'll try again. Because apparently Track IR decided to not cooperate with us today. Okay, well, it seems it's running, so yes, I use Track IR. I'm a plebeian peasant. I'm still here if you want to talk, definitely. It's just Track IR is not cooperating. And I apologize if you hear music in the background. My flatmate sometimes just plays music quite loudly. And that's not very nice, but I guess it is. I guess I can't really tell him because we are sharing the place after all. And I'm waiting for DCS to restart. This is a little bit slow, but. And well, the main problem is I'll have to upgrade the hard drive to an SSD. So that's the main problem. Yeah, still having, well, no more technical issues. And let's check this. Alright, now it works. So let's pick up this mission from here. The mission itself Don't be misled by the name, it's actually my own missions. I have a lot of them. And it's called Strike Mission Tomcat because initially it was designed for the Tomcat, but Tomcat has a little bit of issues accomplishing this mission. Mainly because it requires 2 crew to operate efficiently, so that would be the main problem. Otherwise, yeah, it's an excellent platform. I mean, I love the plane. I just would like to have a Rio at some point. So, and it's pretty hard to operate on your own efficiently. Yeah. Anyway, waiting for this to load. I think there's an E2 in the mission. That's a bit too close to the starting location. I usually, well, we'll see when we get there. Now let's hope track IR works. Now it works. Okay, let's pick the. We can pick multiple planes. There's also a helicopter in this mission. I'll just pick the F-18. It's already armed and ready to go, so I don't need to go through all of that. And we are here basically on the front deck. Probably not the best position. There's an E2 waiting to start. That's gonna go to the catapult. Hopefully the AI is smart enough. Okay, let's see. So we are ready to start. I'm gonna hide the pilot because I don't like looking at the pilot. I don't hate him, but it's just... Let's see, this stick thing even works, but... I mean, the stick moves, but... I'd like to have access to all the switches and controls. So... Now, I'm not gonna go by the book with the startup procedure. I can start the Hornet pretty efficiently. And quite quickly, so... Batteries came on, and let's set the brightness to well here. Then there's the... Let me just do it like this. There's actually a light test you can perform. I don't remember where it is. Shame on me, but... Yep, anyway. Let's perform the basic fire test.
Engine fire left. Engine fire left. Engine fire right. Engine fire right. APU fire. APU fire. Bleed air left. Bleed air left. Bleed air right. Bleed air right.
Alright, now we can wait 7 seconds or reset the batteries. I'll just choose to wait 7 seconds. And I can perform the test again.
Engine fire left. Engine fire left. Engine fire right. Engine fire right. APU fire. APU fire. Bleed air left. Bleed air left. Bleed air right. Bleed air right.
Right, the plane's ready to go. Now I'm gonna put up the APU. This is already bound. I have a console here to my right where I have all the controls. We got a master caution. APU is starting. I'm gonna start waiting for... Oh, I will just wait for it to start. Sorry, I cannot speak today. I'm actually quite tired after work, but decided to do this anyway. And there's the search and rescue helicopters going off. APU is started. We have the light here. And let's set the INS to carrier line. The DDIs to set to blah 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 to today, and I'm gonna start the right engine. Once it reaches 20%, I'm gonna push the throttle to idle. I'm not using the comm system because, well, the ATC in DCS is a bit bad, so... There goes the helicopter. And that's our engine powering up. And there's the fuel quantity. Now, this is something I always forget. I'm gonna set the bingo fuel.
Roll left, roll left. Flight controls. Flight controls.
Bingo fuel is basically the lowest acceptable fuel as far as I understand the definition. The HUD is on. The DDIs are on now. This is actually the only color display in the Hornet. This is telling us that it's using the GPS of the carrier to align itself. Okay, the engine is on. I will not close the canopy just yet. That's the left engine powering up. And we can see the same here on this lovely display. 22, 23. Okay, let's start injecting fuel. And track IR decided to be a very bad track IR again. It really wants me to look at the this is very inconvenient for my head, but okay. Right, now I guess it's stuck in that position. Well, the engine is on now. I'm gonna close the canopy. And the oxygen system is here. Let's put that on. The APU will turn itself off. Well, this is actually totally flyable. Alright, let's set the air bleed for both engines. Now we get air from the engines. APU has turned itself off. Let's put the positional lights at least on, so people have an idea where we are. We're gonna set the RWR to bit and dispenser to on. Alright, then we're gonna put the IR override normal, and we're going to start setting up our IFF mode 4. We're gonna set it on while it's in the air. TACAN, we're gonna put it on channel 99. Enter, and I can put it on already. And I can set it here in the MPCD. Channel 99 is actually the carrier. And we can set this is already aligned, so I'm gonna set this to nav. Yep, it recognizes the carrier, that's really good. ILS, well, I'm gonna set it for the future on channel 2. Data link, I'm gonna set it on. There's an E2 that is gonna take off soon enough. Beacon is not implemented yet. And let's go to the TACAN and set it to on. There we go. It should find it. Maybe I've not set right in the mission for the TACAN on channel 99, but I really need to get this somehow. Okay. Well, yeah, we can fly like this. I mean, if I go this back, I can actually see quite well. Okay. It's not exactly convenient. The radar's ready. We also have a targeting pod. I will not use it for anything, but it's set. Alright, I don't think we need to set anything else. The Hornet's quite easy to start. Let's set the mirrors as well. These are for air-to-air mostly, but, well, we should be fine. Now, I don't really see the instruments so well, so I can just set the lighting, instrument panel, consoles on, and that's about it. Now, this, I don't know if it works, the KA28 and the mode, but I'll just leave it. Let's put the targeting pod to standby, and let's see what are we missing. So this is not ready yet because it needs to turn on. ALE47, okay. Well, it's not, the test is not working. Now displays, what do I need? HMD, well, now it's on. It's gonna start itself. The DMS, I do not know which one is the DMS, probably this one. This is the, well, basically fuel display. And most of the stuff is ready to go. Now, I did already reset the flight controls by pressing this. And I'm gonna set the takeoff trim already. The sensors are in self-test, so let's wait for these to go. You can also access some maintenance options here. I don't know exactly how they work, so. I don't know what this guy's doing. I usually just wait for him to leave, but apparently he's not leaving, so.
Request takeoff.
ILS on channel 2, but this is, you can set it either manual or automatic, that's a different story. I guess this CLC is not already implemented, so. And I think that can run in the background. Communications, what is not ready? COM1. Okay, 127,500. And data link is on. Let's put the channel, I guess, here. I don't know what's the correct one. I haven't really looked at it, to be honest. And, well, I guess we can start getting ready. Okay, that's... Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the track IR. Normally it works fine, but now I guess it wants to look to God knows where. This is quite uncomfortable for my head, but... Well, I guess I'll remove the wheel chocks and start moving. Actually, no, before I do that, I need to do something else. Since I don't have pre-planned waypoints, let's actually just add them in. We're going to use this display and the UFC. So we're going to go to HSI. This is like the wing unlock. We're going to create a waypoint. Data. Waypoint 1. Why isn't it letting me create a waypoint? That's weird, it usually works. Waypoint 0, okay, this is us, but... This is our current position. Waypoints. We're gonna disable the sequence. It supports up to 3 waypoint sequences, so it's quite nice. Okay, now I can create the waypoints. So I have these written on a piece of paper because I'm a peasant like that, so I'm gonna put them in for the UFC. So position north. This is, I guess, north 422131. Let's just double check. 422131. 31. Okay, that's all it supports. It's fine. East 385693. 3853. Alright. Elevation is 0 because it's at sea level. Okay, waypoint 2 is at position north 421622. 421622. Normally we would get data cartridges for this east 405153, 4153. Okay, and then waypoint 3. Now this is, I think, about 68 feet in elevation, but let's do the position first. North 4200. Oh, what? North 4200. 63. East 421448. East 1448. Elevation in feet 68 feet. No, it was 628 feet. Apologies. 628. Okay. Yeah, it is 627 feet. Okay, well, I guess we are kind of done. And we're going to disable the waypoint. We're going to go back to HSI. And we're going to set our current steer point to steer point 1. Alright, let's now talk to the ground crew. To the good people in the ground crew. Let's move this a bit. Maybe it corrects itself. Okay, this is quite bad, but that's fine. Not what I had in mind, but well, we'll manage. Ground crew, wheel chocks, remove.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
Copy.
Alright.
Wheel chocks are now removed.
I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna remove the parking brake.
Infield 2, passing waypoint 2 at 1,500.
Oh.
311. Hold position. 311. Hold position.
Okay.
311. Hold position.
Yep, sure, buddy.
311. 311. Hold position. 311. Hold position. 311. Hold position. 311. 311. Hold position. 311. Hold position.
Yeah, sure.
311. Hold position. 311. 311. Hold position. 311. Hold position. 311. Hold position. 311. 311. Hold position. 311. Hold position.
Yeah, the ATC is very, very bad.
311. Hold position. 311. 311. Hold position.
Yeah, right, okay. Shut up, buddy.
311. Hold position. 311. Hold position.
Now, I'm not gonna unlock the wings.
311. 311. Hold position. 311. Hold position.
Well, I guess I cannot use the nose catapults, so I have to
311. Hold position.
use the waist cats.
311. 311. Hold position. 311. Hold position. position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position.
Right. Okay, buddy. Whatever you say.
311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position.
Hold position to what?
311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position.
And there's a rain.
311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position.
Now,
311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, continue taxi. 311, hold position. 311, hold position.
okay, now we can actually set
311,
the
hold position.
wing unlock, which is
311, 311, hold position.
okay.
311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position.
Now what I'm going to do is the flight control
311, hold position.
bit test. So I'm going to go here.
311, hold position.
Flaps are going to be set to 4,
311, hold position.
and let's start the
311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, hold position. 311, 311, hold position.
okay.
311, hold position.
Gonna set the trim to
311, hold position.
19 degrees up.
311, 311, hold position.
You can see on the right side a
311,
DDI.
hold position.
Okay, now I'm gonna
311, hold position.
perform the
311, 311, hold position. 311, hold position.
drop the launch bar.
311, hold position. 311, continue taxi. 311, you are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb Climb 300 at QFE 30.12.
Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let's give the controls a good shake. So, up, down, left, right, rudders, left and right. And I think we are good to go. There's no other traffic. The E2 is going to leave later, I guess. So, I'm gonna keep center the rudders. Full power. Okay, I'm gonna perform a turn, gear up, flaps to half. Gonna turn on the boat recovery course. Kill the master caution. And head for waypoint 1 and start climbing. This is going to be a high altitude mission, so, and I have the sun in my face. Flaps are fully up. And we are climbing. We're heading straight for waypoint 1. We should have more than enough fuel, and I think I'm gonna land it back at Copuleti, which is a friendly airfield. I don't want to go back to waypoint 2. But it's not letting me... Oh, let's deactivate the sequence. Okay, waypoint 2 is in a general that way direction. And we'll continue climbing.
Infield 2, passing waypoint 3 at 1,500.
That's the helicopter. Now the aim is to climb very high, because the target has air defenses that are quite nasty. In the shape of E-glass and an SA-8. I do not have AGM-88s, so... And I'm not using any autopilot, this is full manual. There we go. Speed doesn't matter. There's no civilian traffic, so I don't need to care. Oh. Let me guess, I forgot to arm the seat. Well, luckily, I didn't need to eject, so... the main goal is to fly over 20,000 feet. Then we can actually start prepping the weapons once we approach waypoint 3. Technically, I can already start preparing them, and I'll just set to autopilot, but I would like to climb to about 2,000 feet. 20,000 feet. I would be well out of the range of the air defenses. I have a couple of very small JDAMs, but it should be enough to deal with the targets. So 16,000. And the weapons I'm using are GPS guided bombs. There are a couple of 2 radars, some manpads grouped up together, and a building that we need to take out. So we have 4 points already pre-planned. So yep, there we go. Now we can actually level off. We've burned quite a bit of fuel. Okay, let's trim her out. I don't want to. I'm just gonna manually set the course, and then just gonna trim her out and activate the autopilot. Okay, we should be more or less fine. The autopilot is a very simple thing. You go AP, barometric altitude hold, and it will just hold the altitude for you. So, as we're going to waypoint 2, I'm going to start setting up the weapons. This will remain like this. I can actually set this to the attack radar. So, that's the helicopter. We're picking it up. I don't have any air-to-air missiles except a couple of AIM-9Xs. I didn't want to load more. So, what we have, we're going to go to this center menu, stores, right? So we have J-82s. J-82s are your JDAMs. Fuse, well, we have the JDAM display, so they started aligning. So what is this JDAM display on the aligning? They have basically GPS and INS navigation systems that allow you to set the point, to send the bombs to pre-planned coordinates. I'm going to cut off the speed a little bit, we don't need to go that fast. To basically go to GPS coordinates where targets might be. So in this case we know where the targets are, and we're going to give them a very nice surprise. Because we are flying out of the range of their air defenses, while they are simply sitting duck on the ground. So we will have multiple bombs in pre-planned mode, programmed to go to 4 waypoints, which are our targets. Then we can just turn on, head home, but since the TACAN is not working on the carrier, I might not know exactly how to use the mission editor. We will just go back to Kobileti and perform an airfield landing, and that's about it. I'm gonna set the speed to about 330. That should be fast enough. These take a while to align, so station 8 is I think on the right wing. So let's see. Again, they take a while to align, but this button here, mission, is basically you program the JDAM so you can step between them and choose which one goes where. As sensors, we have only the HUD, the MCPD, and the left DDI we can use. So if you're used to the A-10, you can just switch between sensors. There's a sensor select switch on the Hornet grip that you can actually use to switch between active and current active sensor. Okay, station 8 is ready. It has good alignment, so 2.5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is going to choose mission, PP1, right? And mode PP, and target UFC. So I'm not gonna use the terminal. That basically you just go for a specific angle. I'm not gonna use that. So I'm going to enter the first waypoint with the following coordinates. Latitude, which is north 42 00 40. Now here's the trick. When you enter int, then you need to enter a 50. It's decimal seconds. It's a bit weird. Longitude. Why did you freeze? Well, anyway, longitude is east 42 14 30. Again, the same trick. Decimal, that's 96. So now it knows where it's going. Now, I don't remember about the elevation, how much it was, but we can actually check it on the F10 map. Yeah, or not. I think it was about 628 feet. Let's say feet. It was 625. So now it knows where the first weapon is going. Right? And we can actually move this to the essay page. Alright. Then we're going to press return. There should be a menu, stores J82, and I don't remember how to change stations. Station 8, we have 2. So this is going to the second target. Let's do elevation first. I think it's also a 625. And PP2 has different coordinates. We're going to go position north, latitude, and let's see, 20 miles to waypoint, that's fine. So this is north 42 00 39, enter dot 83. Longitude is blah blah blah, 42 14 31.05. So okay, now we know this is this, and we can return. Apparently I cannot choose the other ones. Oh, okay, the autopilot disengaged for some odd reason, and I was going a bit too slow. Now I realized, okay, that's a problem. I was about to stall the plane. That's not very nice. And the track IR is still acting up, so. Now this is something I haven't seen before. TK press slow, I don't know what it means. Station 8, Station 2. Now that's okay, I didn't remember these. So Station 2 mission. Do I have to enter these again? This is quite funny. Okay, Station 2 goes again here. PP1 needs to be re-entered. Elevation 625. Position, latitude 42 north, 4200 40 50. Longitude is east 42 14, east 42 14 30 decimal 96, enter. Okay, PP2 is latitude north 42039, 42039, 83. Nope, wrong. North 42003983. Longitude east 4214310, enter 05. PP3 is not set, but now we can set it. Yeah, okay. North, climb you, target you see. Elevation was in feet 628. Oops, sorry, 628. Position north is latitude north 420053, enter dot 26. Longitude is east 42 14 56 decimal 51, and this is again, I'll do the elevation in feet 6 to 8, and I'm gonna set the position latitude north 4200 50 decimal 56, longitude east 42 15 59 decimal 4 0, enter. Now we have all of these. Return. We want to launch all of them, quantity 2 from each. So we are approaching the launch zone, which is around waypoint 3. We are away, of course, from waypoint 2, so let's go here. Switch to waypoint 3. Stupid track IR. We're gonna go to air to ground. Master arm on. We are 51 seconds away from launch, according to our computer. Hopefully we hit the target. Okay, let's just sit at high altitude because we are wussies like that. Approaching launch zone. Yeah, there's the enemy radar. It picked us up, but, well, let's just say it can't do anything. That's a tanker right there. Okay, 4 seconds. Manual release. In range. And now the bombs are just going to their targets. I'm gonna turn around. Why is this lagging so much? I can simply turn on the autopilot here, tell it attitude and barometric altitude hold, and I'm entering an orbit. Well, at least the Iglas are down. So we are at 20,000 feet. Very beautiful view of the Caucasus area. So that's half of our targets destroyed and the BTR-80 damaged. A lot of BTR-80 is destroyed now. Or just one. And one bomb didn't really go so well, but we destroyed 3 targets, so I'm pretty satisfied. We can also check the mission results here. So, okay, I think we can actually go to an airfield and land now. The most fun part of flying a Tomcat, so I'm gonna go to TCN, TACAN, I'm gonna set it to 44 because the carrier TACAN is not working. HSI, TCN. So what I'm gonna do next is a relatively interesting, this kind of a spiral descent, because I don't have an approach plate for this. I don't have the charts at hand, so I'm just gonna go out, intercept the TACAN, and I think it was 080 the course. So now I can enter here 0. It's actually 079. Sorry about that. I'm gonna fly out to sea and intercept the TACAN. There is no ILS at this airbase. Also, the plane does not have. I mean, the base has ILS. The plane has ICLS capability. So this is usually just how I like flying. So air to ground master mode off, armor off, master arm off. We can set this again to the attack radar. Or actually, we can set this to EW and put it to the HUD as well. So we know there are some contacts, but we can always come later with AGM 88 harms and take them out. So. We have an E2, we can see them here, and a A-50. It's a friendly A-50, a mainstay. The A-50, if you don't know, is the Russian AWACS. It's built on top of the Ilyushin IL-76 platform. The IL-76 also has been turned into the IL-78 Midas tanker, which is used by the Russian armed forces for air-to-air refueling. I think they also use some other type. I think it was the Ilyushin 62 tanker they have, but I don't remember right. For the US Navy, they either rely on S-3 Vikings, Super Hornets, or Marine Corps C-130s, and some Air Force tankers have been fitted to carry the refueling probes. Okay, I think we can start intercepting the TACAN now and start flying to Kutaisi. Actually, Kutaisi is not a friendly airbase, it's a neutral airbase. So I think I'm going to go to Kobileri, which is... I'm just going to change the frequency to 67. And I'm just going to change the course I need to intercept. So it's 070. Yeah, okay, that's better. Kobileri is the only friendly airfield on this map. So, well, in this scenario. I wish track IR would be working correctly, but it's not, so I have to keep my head
Altitude. Altitude.
Yeah, I know, Betty. I'm at 4,000 feet. But I'm 17 miles away, so I don't need to be that high. And I'm gonna prepare the carrier bypass to field. I'm using the stick very little at the moment, just for minor corrections. Engines are being used to dictate descent or ascent rate, so, or basically your virtual velocity indicator. Okay, and that's the altimeter set. Okay, radio altimeter set. And let's change this to radar. We're about 4,000 radar altimeter up. So basically that's from ground level. But yeah, that was pretty much me trying to use the JDAMs in the Hornet. Yes, definitely, the Tomcat was not... I mean, without GB laser-guided bombs, the Tomcat is a bit difficult for this mission because you need to use it for... you need the Rio in the back to operate the targeting pod, I don't have one, so that's why it made it a little bit difficult. Yeah, I usually prefer using this. This has a moving map, but I prefer using this because I have the tendency to look to the left, and usually for RWR, say in the Harrier and Hornet, I have the tendency to look to the right. So that's my way of working with the displays. But of course, you probably have your own if you fly the Hornet. Okay, we are 3,000 feet, slowly descending. I'm just gonna keep using the engines. 274 knots. We should be about 250, but that's fine. I'm going to fly straight in, so I'm not gonna fly a carrier pattern, just fly straight in. We are about 10 miles, so 14 miles away. Sorry about that. It's a bit misty, but I think we can make it. I'm gonna just... I'm not using vertical stick motions. I'm trying to not manhandle it, as they say. Just use lateral stick corrections. And trim and engines, pretty much. As you would land it on a carrier, well, it's not the same, obviously, because this is a stationary runway, but... I'm gonna reduce my angle to intercept, and I'm about 930. And flaps half. Maybe I'm a bit too fast for flaps. Okay. That's just a speed brake. I just extend it a little bit. 250. 249. Come on, what's wrong with the flaps? Okay, now the flaps are down. Alrighty then. Gear is down. 7 miles from the runway. And we're on speed, surprisingly enough. I've never actually succeeded at this before, but I was on speed there for a little while. Too slow. I'm just trying to use the lateral stick and might have to fly a pattern, but that's fine. Okay, that was a bit fast. Okay. I'm not exactly on best approach. Yep, I'm a bit sideways of the runway. Oopsie daisy. Okay, let's... I'm keeping flaps to half. Last time I tried landing, it was such a thick fog that I couldn't properly land. I actually horribly crashed. So... I have a bit of a problem since I have no ILS.
Infield 2, passing waypoint 4 at 1,500.
Now, if I can visually identify the field from here, I'm 3 miles away and I don't see it. Maybe I should be a bit higher, but... Oh yeah, it's just beyond those trees. Okay. Never mind. At least it should be, if I remember the area right. Oh yeah, that's the airfield right there. So I'll have to fly a pattern. I'll leave the gear down and I'll try to use a visual approach. I'll go over the runway, turn. Yeah, I haven't landed at this one in a while. Let's go 600 feet, AGL, gear up. $530, $560. Let's turn and on downwind. Going to lower the gear. I'm usually not very proficient with the Hornet, but oh, too slow and too low. Too slow and too low. Actually, I was just too low, not too slow. Carrier landings I have done, but mostly in the Tomcat. I'm more proficient in the Tomcat. Gear down. .1 AOA. Let's try to get on speed. No, that's the E2 has landed on the back on the boat. Okay, we are on speed. I'm just trying to control everything with the throttle now. There's the airfield. I'm about 670 radio altitude from the base. Okay. I'm a bit focused here because flaps are still half down. Let's not do a very short final because I'm a bit bad at that. I need time to actually align with the runway. I was a bit slow there. $150. Okay. Yeah, looks about right. I'll try to maintain this altitude while going on final. Flaps to full. I went there a bit fast, but better fast than dead, I say. Okay. Coming about to 070. Okay, we should be straight on the bullseye this time. If I could see the runway, I'm gonna try to go up a bit. See if I can get a better view because I don't see it. I'm blind like a bat right now, so. 3 miles, come on, where are you? Yeah, you're somewhere ahead. Did I turn? And this track IR is making me go crazy. I'm trying to not manhandle the plane, but as they say, manhandling is bad for the Hornet. Yeah, that's the runway, I think. Or is it? Yeah, whoa, I'm off way, of course. I'm more familiar with the Kutaisi airbase, that's where I usually fly, but Okay, let's try to get her back on speed. Okay, not the best approach, but 1.6 miles. Let's go up. I shouldn't try to use the stick too much. That's high and fast, I think. That's really bad approach. Mostly because I get disoriented, I think, when I try to land. That was a bit high. And I came in a bit too high, but speed brake extended. Flaps are up. Remember, guys, if you do like this kind of content, I am striving to get better with flying all sorts of aircraft. The Hornet, I like it still because it's multi-role, but coming the F-16, I might start focusing on that because I know it a little bit better. And I do like multi-role aircraft. I mean, I love the Tomcat, don't get me wrong, and it's not a true multi-role, but it's an excellent heavy bomber, heavy attack aircraft, whatever you want to call it. You guys are awfully shy. Okay, we can just turn this off the HUD. Okay, we can turn off the HMD. Infrared cooling off, we don't need it at the moment. Radar to standby. Yeah, I think the worst part was the landing. I'm gonna keep these consoles on because I can actually see them better. And, well, plus they have added the feature to code Cap, so Cap from the Grim Reaper, so if I have the feature, why not use it? But yeah, I must admit this mission was a lot easier with the Tomcat, so the Hornet than the Tomcat. I mean, I got shot down in the Tomcat without a Rio and laser guided bombs. And the Hornet, I just programmed those JDAMs and I just let fly literally from 22,000 feet or something like that. So I was at what 19,000 when I dropped them. So I don't think that's a problem. I think, if I remember right, if my history is right, the F-14 version D could drop GPS-guided bombs, but I don't remember, so feel free to correct me. And if you've joined late in this video, I've just landed, so I just want to taxi the Hornet back to its well, not back it. I actually took off from a boat, just taking it out to the parking spot at the airfield. So yeah, the most G I've pulled was 7.4, apparently, according to the G limiter here. And we've used about half the fuel, so. And here are the friendly C-130s. These are just static objects. I just put them on so the airfield looks a little bit more lively, rather than just a bunch of nothingness. This one actually has some cargo next to it. And there's a B1 as well. Gonna try to park next to the B1. And let's turn high nose wheel steering setting. Allows me to take tighter turns on the ground or on the carrier deck. That's why you have these two settings. The Harrier has similar capabilities. And the Tomcat doesn't, but you can use differential braking inside the Tomcat. So let's not try to bump into the B1. It costs a lot of money. Okay, parking brake is set. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in for this mission. It was a partial success. Track IR wasn't very cooperative. My neck actually hurts quite a bit at the moment. 3 out of 4 targets destroyed. So I guess that's better than nothing. We got rid of the Iglaus, so now if another flight comes, they'll only have to deal with the SA-8. I'm gonna start shutting this down. I'm gonna open the canopy. Yep, I know the canopy is open. Engine bleed off. Radio altimeter off. Left engine off. The right engine still providing power. This reset to field. Anti-skid to off. Lighting system to off. Right engine off. Now waiting for it to spool. The only thing that I have on is the battery and the APU. APU accumulator going off.
Chief, place the wheel chocks.
Copy. Wheel chocks are now in place.
Okay, radio off. Anyway, thank you for all who tuned in. Our mission was more or less successful. There are some defense vehicles there, a couple of anti-aircraft vehicles. I forgot what they are. I made the mission, but I forgot what they are. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the content. Please feel to give me a follow and make more suggestions about what you would like to see. DCS or other games as well. And hopefully I'll be able to perfect my technique of operating JDAMs and other sorts of weapons that this beautiful plane might use. Anyway, until the next time, I would like to wish you all the best and have a wonderful week. And a wonderful rest of this Monday night or day wherever you are in the world. See you in the next one. Fly safe.